Jason, we've just about reached the end of the first week of the Geelong camp. How's it been?
Yeah, it's been quite intense the first 4 or 5 days. So it's but in saying that, we've had a few early morning sessions and some quite long days, and some a bit later in the night with our meetings. But it's got a lot of work covered, and been a great attitude by the whole squad.
What's the main thing you try to get out of a camp like this?
We try and get as much work in as we can. Probably get about 3 or 4 weeks work done in 2 weeks, and cover a lot of things like our trademarks, our cultural type stuff, and just make sure everyone's really clear on what their roles are going forward after the camp.
Season's not too far away. Do you do much thinking about game planning, or is it mainly getting the boys physically fit?
Both. So yeah, we just again make sure they've got real clarity on what their roles are on the field, and along the way we obviously get them physically fit in and around our game plan stuff.
We've been asking all the boys about who's been impressed them so far. They've had a few different answers. Who do you think's been the most impressive over the pre-season so far?
I think it's really hard to know one person. I can feel balls getting kicked at me there. But I think all the players, one thing that it's a real strength of our club and the real strength of our playing group is whatever the players get presented with, they handle and they adapt to. So that's one thing that we've been working on leading into the next season, and it's really hard to narrow it down to 1 or 2 people, but Harry Grant, Tui, Max King, those guys that have been here from day one, done every single session, done all the IDQ camps, that sort of thing, been very impressive.
Week 2, is it any different to week 1?
No, they're just a little bit more fatigued than they were in week 1. So it's it's not too much changes, and it's basically a real similar program. We get a few of the early morning sessions in, which is beneficial for their skill, and it's basically the extras. So the main difference is they're probably a little bit more fatigued than they were in week 1. So it's handling that and then working out how to get through it.
The first assignment for the year is the Nines, and you're going to have some coaching duties there.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about that at the moment?
Not exactly at the moment. We've been probably putting it into some of our training just to see what it looks like, but I haven't really sat down and spoke to the players because we don't really know who's going to go yet in regards to our team. We're waiting till it gets a little bit closer and see who's healthy and who's fit and available, and who Craig will let me take. So we'll go from there. But we'll put a bit more work into it as we get closer to the event.
And finally, injury-wise, it looks like the squad's in a pretty good shape at the moment.
Yeah, touch wood, don't put the mock on us, but they're all in pretty good shape. They're probably fairly fatigued right at the minute, but it's that's part of pre-season, part of getting through it and getting themselves ready for round 1.